So let's begin lying on your back. We're gonna bring the soles of our feet to touch. If you have blocks at home, you can utilize them to place them under each knee, or you can even just like grab a pillow off of your couch. That can also feel really supportive as well. I'd like us to start this way by pressing the soles of your feet to touch and then trying to soften through the knees and open and relax a little bit more. Can you roll the shoulders back? Let the back of your hands be cradled by the ground so the palms are nice and open here. Feel the head resting on your mat here. Allow it to feel so easeful that you can relax all the muscles of your face, your eyes, your eyelids, your lips, your cheeks, your nose. Take a moment to come into stillness. This part of the practice and the end when we come into Shavasana are the most important. It's where our body really can integrate everything that we've done at the end of the practice. And in the beginning here, it gives us the opportunity to come sort of out of our heads, out of our places of stress and worry, whatever else you have going on throughout your day, back into a place of stillness, back into connecting with your physical body. We spend so much of our time kind of running around, so busy. We live in a society that pushes us to be even more busy. And this time on our mat is really crucial for us to kind of come back to self, come back to noticing physically aches and pains, the areas of discomfort, so that we can create ease there, but also checking in with yourself internally as well and coming back to a place of peace in the present moment. So coming to your breath, noticing your inhales and your exhales, just being a witness to the breath here for a moment. And then starting to deepen it even more, expanding fully on your inhales and relaxing on the exhales and allowing that to help you sink a little deeper into this space. Bring your awareness back to the legs once more, letting the knees soften even further as the hips open and relax. Take 3 more big, deep breaths here. Inhaling completely, exhaling completely. On your next inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Extend your legs out straight. Take a nice big full body stretch. Circle the ankles around, circle the wrists around. And then we're going to hug our knees into our chest here, grabbing onto each knee with each hand, circling the knees out wide and bringing them back into touch. So just starting to warm up this space in the hips, getting that femur to move around in the hip socket. Kind of feeling that for a moment. Maybe changing the direction of the circles that you're making. Easing our way into the hips here this morning. Hug only the right leg in. Let's extend the left leg out for a moment. Let it come to lying flat on your mat and start to rock a little side to side, really kind of opening up the hips even more, but also massaging your low back into the floor. And then bring that knee ever so slightly to the outside of the rib cage and a little closer up towards the right shoulder. Keep the fingers wrapped around the shins, interlace the fingers, and then squeeze as much as you can, compressing through that right hip. And then bring your awareness to the left leg. Can you press through the sole of the foot? Extend that leg out and stretch a little bit more deeply through the left hip flexor and the quad. Breath in and breath out. Take one more breath like this, squeeze a little tighter. And then inhale, extend the leg out, arms overhead, big full body stretch once more. Let the blood flow back into that right hip flexor. And exhale, pull the right knee back in. We're going to take a strap and we'll hook that strap 2 inches below your toes. Now, if you don't have a strap at home, you can use maybe just a belt can work as well, or some kind of piece of cloth, maybe like a dish towel or something will be enough for you to get the wrapped around just below the ball of your foot, and then start to pull that right leg in a little bit closer, keeping the left leg extended out. So we don't want to apply a lot of force here. We want to just do this on the exhale to allow there to be a nice deep release through not only the hamstrings and the glutes, but also to the calves and the ankle. Breathe for a moment. If we can take that strap or towel that you have, let's bring it into your right hand only, and then let the right arm take the leg out to the side. You're going to bring the left hand to rest over the top of your thigh to kind of keep the left side body anchored to the floor so you can let that right leg fall open as much as possible. I need to shimmy a little from the wall to give myself some space, but you can let that leg go out as far to the side as it feels good before you start to roll up off the ground. And then when you're here, a lot of muscles want to be activated through the legs, but can you try to relax and just use the muscle of the arms to hold you there? Take another breath. Let's bring that right leg back up. You're going to grab onto your strap with your left hand now. Take that right hand and make peace fingers. Those peace fingers are going to rest right over the front of your right hip bone to keep that right hip anchored to the floor, so that now as you pull the right leg across the body, you're not coming into a twist here. You're just kind of getting a nice deep stretch for that IT band, and you might even feel that like all the way up into the glute area too. So just kind of breathing into that space. Only pulling that leg across the body as much as you need to before your right hip wants to lift up off the mat. Okay. Notice how that feels for a moment. Let's bring that leg back up, grab onto the straps with both hands once more. And once more, you're going to pull that leg straight forward, knee towards the face. Take another breath like this. And then start to bring that leg straight up. You're going to apply just a little bit of pressure still to the foot, and then push the foot away from you. So you might even want to bring that strap now a little bit more underneath the ball of your foot. Push the strap away as you point the toe, and then flex the foot. So kind of getting into the foot and the arches of the feet and warming up that space here for a moment. Good. Let's gently release it. Bring that right leg down. You might notice that right leg feels a little longer than the left. We'll drop our strap off to the side here, and we're focused back on the left knee. So pulling that in, wrap the hands around the shins. Start there. Rock a little side to side, kind of massaging into the hips and noticing how that feels. Bring the knee to the outside of the rib cage and a little closer up towards the left shoulder. Hold that there. Give it a good squeeze. Apply a lot of pressure, but use just the upper body to do so you can really relax that left hip, and then flex the right foot. Press through the heel to keep that leg extended and straight all the way out flat on your mat. Keep breathing here. Let's take another breath like this, and then on your inhale, we'll send everything out. Legs straight, arms overhead, full body stretch. Pull that left knee back in and grab your strap or whatever you're utilizing here to hook that 2 inches below your left toes. Send the left leg all the way up and start to pull that left leg in. Really nice, long, deep breaths here. Focus on bringing it closer only on the exhale, so you're not fighting against yourself. Grab that strap in both hands with the left hand. Right hand comes to rest over the top of your right hip, and then you're going to let your left leg fall open to the side as much as it feels comfortable for you. Try to relax through the hip here. Just let the arm do the work to hold it out to the side. Keep that right side body anchored to the floor. One more breath. Let's bring that leg back up. Grab your strap with your right hand. Make those peace fingers with your left hand. Place it over the top of your left hip flexor. And then you're going to hold that hip down while you bring the left leg across the body, just on an angle here, kind of towards the corner of the ceiling. Keeping that left side body anchored to the floor. You're really just trying to get into this space here, the side of the hip. Maybe you feel it even a little bit into the calf and the knee. This is not about a twist of the spine. It's really about just getting into this space in the body. Bring it back up, grab both straps once more. Start to pull that left leg closer in towards the face. Bringing that leg straight up, maybe moving that strap so it's a little bit more underneath the balls of the foot, and then you're going to point and flex just to kind of give a little love to the calf, the ankle, the arches of your feet. And we'll do that again later on as well. Okay, let's release that strap. Bring the left leg out. Arms overhead once more. Big full body stretch. Hugging those knees back in. We're going to place the left foot down. Cross your right ankle over top of your left knee. And as you lift your left leg up, we're coming into this figure four. So you can interlace the fingers around the back side of the left thigh, or if you have the space, around the left shin. Try to relax the head, neck, and shoulders. We're still just focusing on the lower half of the body. And as you pull that left leg in, you'll really feel that more intensely through that right leg and right hip. Breath in and breath out. Take one more breath here, and then we'll just gently release that. Straighten out the left leg, grab onto the right knee once more, and now we'll take a twist as you pull the knee all the way across the body. So here we're twisting from the belly, we're twisting from the rib cage. We're letting that right arm fall all the way open to the side. Maybe you're even gazing beyond the right shoulder. Take another breath in your twist. Come back to lying on your back. Place your right foot down, cross your left ankle over top of the knee. Let your right leg lift up off the mat, and you're going to interlace the fingers around the back side of the right thigh. So coming into this figure four shape, maybe you're even wrapping your hands around your shins, but you're just trying to pull that right knee in and relax the left leg as much as possible here. Breath in and breath out. Let's take one more breath like this, and then you're going to release it gently. Hug that left leg in, extend the right leg out. Pull that left knee across the body, and let yourself come into the twist on the side. So if you need to shimmy a little bit, you want to keep the shoulders down on the ground as you pull that left leg across, gazing out beyond that left shoulder, feeling that twist from the belly, from the rib cage, and the shoulders soften down. And you just breathe. One more breath in your twist. And we'll bring ourselves back up, placing both feet flat on the ground. Let your arms come to rest alongside your body. Let's lift ourselves up for bridge pose here. So engaging the glutes and the hamstrings as you open through the front body, the belly, the chest. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers underneath your low back. Shimmy a little more to the outer edges of your arms or your shoulders. Press those interlaced fingers towards the heels and lift even higher. Breathe. Gently release it, lowering ourselves down. We're going to come all the way up to a seat. So maybe you want to rock and roll a couple times, kind of massaging the length of your spine until we can rock ourselves all the way up. And we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. So we did this exercise when you were in class with me together. We had a block that we utilized to help us kind of build some strength through that hip flexor. So sometimes we create a lot of tension in this area of the body and we think we need to stretch, but we don't realize that sometimes it's because the muscle's weaker. And so we want to kind of strengthen the muscles in and around and through the hips and then stretch them out as well. And I think that might give you a lot more relief. So bring the hands back down, just kind of supporting us as we sit up nice and tall. And then again, your block can be turned up to whatever setting you want because we're lifting the foot up and over the block. If you don't have a block at home, you can use maybe just like a water bottle or something. So you're going to take that right leg up and over for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A little different than we did in class together. Let's extend the left leg out. Bring the right knee in and cross it over to the opposite side of that left leg. Take your left hand, we're gonna wrap it around that right knee. Take the right hand up and behind you as you twist. So we're twisting from the spine here. We're rotating from the belly, we're rotating from the ribs, but as you utilize that left arm to pull that left knee in, you're also getting that nice deep stretch in and through the side of the hip and the glutes. So breathing into that space, breath in and breath out. Gently coming back through center, let's let that right leg fall over so that the ankle's resting over top of the left knee. Hands are going to come back behind us once more as we lean back into the hands. Bend your left leg and place it flat. So we kind of did a figure 4 on the ground when we were on our backs. Similar to that, only here we're just going to kind of start to pull that left foot a little closer and press your chest towards that right calf. And then rock a little side to side. Maybe the foot can come all the way to the ground. Maybe that feels too intense and you're just rocking gently here. So finding the intensity level that you want to take, but rocking side to side here. Good. Bringing that leg back up. Let's extend that right leg out and sit up nice and tall. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So bring the hands to anchor you and support you. The left leg is coming up and over the block for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg comes out straight, pull the left knee in, cross it over to the opposite side of the left leg, or right leg, I'm sorry. Right hand grabs that left knee, left hand comes up and back behind you as you twist. Sit up nice and tall on the inhale, twisting on the exhale, rotating from the belly, rotating from the heart space. Roll the left shoulder back. Maybe you're looking back beyond that left shoulder, but you're using that right arm to wrap around the knee to pull that knee in and to get that deep stretch here, in and through the glutes, in and through the side of the hip. Just breathing into that. Good. Let's gently come back through center. Let that left knee fall open so that the ankle's resting over top of the right knee. Hands come back behind us for support. Bend that knee and you can walk it in as close as it feels comfortable for you and then start to find that rocking side to side. However big you want to make that movement and notice how it feels. All right. Let's just bring it back up and release it. We're going to swing ourselves around, coming up onto all fours into a tabletop position. So taking those blocks, we'll place them right underneath our hands to give us a little support in this cat-cow. Turn to face the side here so that you can see. Let the belly drop on an inhale. Take your gaze up. Exhale, round your back and tuck your chin down to your chest. So using those blocks to kind of deepen that arch and deepen that rounding. Do that a few times at your own pace, letting your own breath guide your movements here. And then after your next breath like this, coming back through center and back through a neutral spine, let's take the right foot and step it out to the side. Okay, so your knee is pointing out to the side. And what I want you to do is kind of sit back towards that left heel a little bit. And then as we come back into that tabletop, we're going to internally rotate the right knee down so that the right heel points up towards the ceiling. So it's kind of like A little bit of an internal rotation here, and then we'll take the external rotation as you bring the knee back up. You kind of sink back into it, and do that a few times at your own pace, like 3 to 5 times at your own pace, sort of exploring that internal and external rotation of the hip. So the next time the knee comes up and the foot is anchored down, you're going to walk your hands over towards that right foot and out on an angle. Can you kind of plug your fingers down into the earth, almost getting into like a down dog type of shape with the upper body? But then I want you to try to sink the hips back towards that left heel again. You're not going to go as far back as you did when your hands were on the blocks, since they're extended out, but you're really going to feel it more through that groin and the inside of the hip area. Breathe into this space. Walk the hands closer in, bring your right elbow to the top of the right thigh, left arm comes up and overhead, and you're in a kneeling extended side angle pose. Bring the left hand back behind you, down, forward, and around. Let's just wake up the shoulder a little bit here for a moment. Everything's interconnected, so even though we're focusing on the hips today, we can experience a lot of tensions of the upper body that can affect that part of us too. Bring that left hand back behind us, roll the left shoulder back, open up the heart, use the leverage of that right elbow on the inner right knee to press the knee away so you open up the hips, and then roll the left shoulder back so you open up the heart. Maybe you gaze up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Good. Let's walk it over to the left side. Straighten out your right leg and reach your right arm high. So you come into a supported side plank on the left knee and the left hand. From here, let's lift our right leg up off the ground so we're balancing, and reach that right arm overhead as well, creating a nice long line from the heel all the way to the fingertips. Inhaling as we lengthen in 2 directions. Exhale, draw the right elbow on the knee to squeeze and touch. Inhaling as we lengthen. Exhaling as we crunch through that right oblique. Let's do that again. Inhaling as we lengthen. Exhaling as we squeeze. One more time. Inhaling as we lengthen. Exhale in, grab the foot or ankle. Can you push the foot back and open now through that right quad, through that right hip flexor? Good. Take another breath here. Kick that leg back a little more. Use the hand to pull on the leg. Open from the shoulder to the knee. And then as you walk yourself back to face forward, can you step that right foot back between those blocks, back towards the top edge of your mat? Press your hips as far forward as you can, really opening to the front of that left hip flexor on your inhale. And exhale, walk it back. Straighten the legs and let the toes point out towards the ceiling. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Let's straighten the leg. Upper body folds over the straight leg. Head and neck are heavy. Breathe here for a moment. Breath in, breath out. Coming back to that tabletop, step the right foot back. Hands are right underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. Go through a few of those cat-cows just to neutralize the spine before we do the other side. Back through center, back through neutral spine. We're going to step the left foot up to the side this time. Okay, so from here, we're going to start by sitting ourselves back to that right heel a little bit. Get into that left hip. And then bring yourself back to the tabletop. Internally rotate the left knee down. Point the left heel up. Externally rotate it as you bring the heel down and sink yourself back towards that right foot. Good. Keep doing that a few times, like 3 to 5 times at your own pace on this side, sort of exploring this side. The next time that you bring that foot down, we're going to come over, walk the hands out on an angle, plug the fingertips into the earth, sink the hips back towards that right heel so you really get into the hips and the groin area. Let's walk it back up. Bring the left elbow to the top of the thigh. Right arm comes up and overhead, extended side angle here. Good. Bring that right hand back behind you, down, forward, and around. You're drawing really big circles that wake up that right shoulder. Right hand comes back behind you. Use the leverage of the left elbow to press the knee away. Open up the hips. Gaze up and beyond that right shoulder and breathe. Okay, let's take one more breath like this. We're going to walk it all the way over to the right. Place the right hand down, reach the left arm high, supported side plank here on the right side. Lift the left arm up and overhead, lift the left leg up off the ground, balancing here on just that right hand and right knee. So we're in like a kneeling half moon type shape. Inhaling as we lengthen, exhale, crunching to that left oblique for 3, 2, and 1. Grab onto the foot, kick the foot back behind you. Get that nice deep stretch here for the quad, for the left hip flexor. Let's release it. Step that left foot to the top edge of your mat, face forward again in that runner's lunge on the knee, hips pressing forward on the inhale, walking it back on the exhale, straighten the leg. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Let's try that one more time, and then we're going to stay there. Legs straight, upper body folding over that straight leg, and breathe. One more breath like this, and this time as we come back forward, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step your back foot forward, top edge of the mat here. Moving those blocks out of the way, coming into forward fold, grabbing opposite elbows, rocking side to side, shaking the head yes or no. Let's widen the stance a little bit. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. From here, you're going to grab onto just one block, placing it underneath your face. Place the left hand on the block. Take a nice deep bend in your knees and twist as you reach your right arm to the sky. As you do that, straighten out the right leg to deepen that twist, rotating the right shoulder back and leaning back into the heart space. Right hand comes down and we'll place it on the block. Both knees bend once more, and then we twist as you send the left arm high. Once you're there, straighten the left leg. Roll the left shoulder back, open up the chest even more. Left hand comes down. Let's grab that block, bending your knees at a 90-degree angle so that your thighs are parallel to the floor. Send the block out in front of us and pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Just getting into those hips, strengthening them. Take another breath. Rise all the way to stand. Lean back a little bit into the heart. Lift the block to the ceiling. Let the head go back. And exhale, dive right back down into that fold. Let it go. Shake the head yes or no. Let's move the block out of the way and step your feet back, coming into plank pose. Hold that here. Breath in and breath out. Hug that belly in and up. Body's in a nice straight line, top of a push-up here. Take one more breath like this, and then we're going to lower down chaturanga all the way to the floor. Inhaling into cobra. Pull the shoulders away from the ears as you press up. Exhale down. Do that a couple times, just exploring that back bend for yourself. And then coming into child's pose. Hips all the way to your heels. Arms extend out in front of you. Nice, big, full, deep breath here. Let's come into our first downward facing dog of the practice. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Take a moment to pedal out your legs here, bending into one knee and then the other, alternating as you reach one heel towards the mat and then the other, just doing that little bit of a runner stretch for yourself. Lift the sit bones high. Let your chest press back to your thighs. We're going to shift our weight into our left foot, right leg lifts. Bend the knee and flex the foot. Peel the hips open. Gaze underneath your right armpit, open from the shoulder to the knee as much as you can. Square it off and send that right leg high. Step the right foot up between the hands, spinning that left heel down. We're opening ourselves up for warrior two, coming all the way up into warrior two. I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. Bending into that right knee a little bit more, grounding down to the foot. Let's straighten the leg, inhale up. Exhale, bend for 3, 2, and 1. Peaceful warrior on your inhale. An extended side angle on the exhale. Let's take those same big circles that we did when we were on our knees. Again, waking up that shoulder for a moment. We're going to bring that left hand back behind us, back of the hand resting on the lower back, rolling that shoulder back. Again, press into that inner part of the right knee to push the knee away to open up the hips. Take another breath like this. Release your hands down to the inside of your right foot, roll high on the balls of the back toes. Step the left foot forward, feet wide. Come into that bear squat once more. Squat a couple times. And then stand up nice and tall. Bring the hands up. Interlace the fingers at your lower back. Roll your shoulders back and lift your heart. Come into this wide fold. Interlaced fingers reaching up and overhead. And you can shake your head yes or no. Take one more breath like this in this nice deep shoulder rinse. And then as you release your hands back down, heel toe your feet back to hip width distance apart. And as we rise all the way up to standing, sweep those arms up and overhead, bring the palms to touch. Exhale your hands into prayer at your heart. So we're going to come into a standing figure four, another nice way to work on that hip area. Bend the knees, cross your right ankle over top of your left knee, and sit back. A little bit more active here as you kind of sink back into that left heel. You can find movement here, pulsing up and down. You can find stillness. You can bring your hands down to the foot and the knee to kind of help support you. Or if you're near a wall, touch the wall. Touch the wall to give you that added support and that deeper version of the stretch, but you're strengthening and stretching at the same time. One more breath here. Okay, so from here, we're going to rise to stand and bring the right knee with us, stepping it back into a crescent lunge. Good. Soften that back knee down. Bring your hands to the ground or to your blocks. Inhale, press your hips forward. Exhale, back, straighten that left leg. Let the body bow over that straight leg. Inhale forward to that lunge. Back toes tuck, back knee lifts. Step it back to plank pose and move like yourself to get back to downward facing dog. And that is where we'll meet together. Take 3 big full deep breaths in down dog. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling as you clear out through your mouth with a sigh. We'll shift our weight into our right foot, left leg lifts. Bend the knee and flex the foot on this side, peeling the hips open. Square it off and step the left foot up between the hands. Spin the back heel down, cartwheel up for warrior two. Good, let's pulse as we bend the front knee and straighten for 3, 2, 1. Coming into that warrior two and then peaceful warrior on your inhale. Extended side angle on your exhale. Good, let's take those same big circles, wake up that right shoulder. Bring the right hand back behind you for that half bind. Roll the shoulder back. Press the left knee away. Open up the chest. We're going to bring the hands down to the ground. Step the right foot forward. Feet are a little wider. Bear squat and pulse. Rise to stand, arms up. Inhale. Exhale and release it back behind. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the heart. Bow forward and take those interlaced fingers up. Get that nice deep shoulder rinse here. Feel the support of the feet and the legs holding you. Let the upper body go. The head sway side to side. Heel toe those feet together as you release your hands back down. And we'll do the same thing. You'll rise all the way up to stand, so the arms up and overhead, palms touch. Exhale your hands into prayer at your heart, setting ourselves up for the figure four on the side. So as you bend your knees and sink back, bring your left heel over top of the right, and then sit yourself back into that figure four shape. And again, movement if you want to, or stillness is your choice. You can be pulsing, or you can just be sitting nice and deeply. Maybe the hands come down for support. You choose where you want to go with it. Breathe. One more breath. We're going to take a big step back with that left leg, crescent lunge. Good. Soften that back knee down, untuck the toes, lower the hands to the ground. Let your hips press forward. Inhale. Exhale back, straighten the leg. And let's slowly come back forward. We're going to step our right foot back here. Tuck the toes under and sit back onto your heels with the toes tucked. Okay. So this helps us get a little bit into the feet, and we don't often give the feet a lot of love through our yoga practice, but this is a great way to get into the arches of the feet, as well as the Achilles, the calves. So if it feels really intense, just stay here. Maybe you want to walk it a little further forward so you're sitting more deeply back onto the heels, but just like any posture that feels intense, can you come back to your breath? Can you let your breath create the space you need to let go, to not focus on the discomfort and go, oh, intense of the body, but breathe through it, be a witness to it. Know that it's creating space and ease in the body as you do it. Breath in, breath out. One more breath. Come up onto all fours and release. Squeeze the toes, stretch them out, circle the ankles, or pitter patter those feet to the tops of the mat to kind of get the blood flowing back into the toes. Okay, let's come back to downward facing dog. All right, let's just shift our weight now into our left foot to send the right leg up high, bending the knee, flexing the foot, and peeling the hips open like we did before. If a flip dog is in your practice and you want to take it, you can drop that right foot down and reach back through the fingers. If you went there, unflip slowly, three-legged down dog, right leg goes high, right foot steps between the hands, spin the back heel down and a turn around. Warrior two with the feet, but stay here low on the ground. Walk your hands out on an angle. So just like we did on the knees, can we find that same warrior dog type of shape here? Sink the hips back, plug the fingers into the earth, let the head and the heart melt towards the ground. Get into the hips here. Yeah, let's take another breath like this. And then we're going to walk ourselves back over towards that right foot. Soften the left knee to the ground. Turn the right toes out. Bring the left hand to the ground or to a block, and then bring your right hand to the top of your right thigh. So you're kind of coming into a little bit of a twist here. Let me turn back around. And you're kind of turning towards that bent knee, and you're pushing the knee away now with the right hand. And you kind of feel that down the side of the hip here. And maybe if you want something more intense, you reach back with the right hand and you can catch the foot, and your strap might come in handy for you here as well. You can hook it below the toes and then use that to pull the leg up so you get that nice deep quad stretch and left hip flexor stretch if it's available to you here. If not, that's totally okay. We can stay just like this. Let's take another breath. Bring yourself back to face the front of your mat. Place that right foot flat, hands under the shoulders. And this is again where your blocks might come in handy for you. Lowering onto the elbows as we come down in this lizard lunge. Take maybe 3 to 5 deep breaths here. Noticing how this feels for the hips. And slowly start to walk ourselves back up onto our hands. Stepping that right foot back, bring the knees wide and the big toes touching. Child's pose for a moment. Let's bring ourselves back to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Left leg will lift this time as we bend the knee and flex the foot and peel it open. And if you want to flip it, you can touch that left foot down, reach up and back for the fingers. No pressure though. You find what works for you. Unflipping if you went there. Left leg goes high. Left foot steps between the hands. Spin that back heel down. Warrior two with the feet. Walk your hands out on that angle. Plug the fingers into the earth. Sink those hips back. Bring your hands back over towards the left toes. Roll high on the right toes, soften the knee to the ground. Let's turn the left toes out. Bring your left hand to the top of the thigh. And then as you kind of lean back into the heart space, press that thigh away, kind of coming into a little bit of a twist here and a deepening of that stretch to the side of the hip. And maybe you stay here, or maybe you reach back with that left hand and catch the right foot if that's accessible to you. No pressure. Just breathe wherever you're at. Let's bring ourselves back to face forward, lowering down onto your elbows, onto the blocks, that lizard lunge on the side. Three to five big breaths here. Gently bring the hands back under the shoulders, finding your way back to downward facing dog. And you can move through a flow to get there if you want to. Take 3 to 5 big deep breaths in that down dog, inhaling through your nose, exhaling as you clear out through your mouth with a sigh. From the down dog, we're going to find our way into a half pigeon. So let's start by bringing the right leg up high and then the right knee forward to drop the knee towards the right wrist and ankle towards your left hip crease as you come down onto your shin. Wiggle your back foot back so you'll create a nice wide separation between your legs. You can use a lot of props here to support you. You can take a pillow right off your couch and just slide it right underneath the right hip. You can use your blocks even too if you want even more support, if you're lifted a little bit higher away from the ground. And then maybe another pillow or a block out in front of you as you lower yourself down, letting your chest melt towards the floor. Let this be nice and supportive so you can come into your breath. This is a posture of surrender. So the goal is to find ease here so that we can really let go, and you'll feel it in different spaces of the hips the longer you sit here. So stay with the breath. Let's take one more big, full, deep breath here. And if you feel like you need to stay longer, feel free to pause this video, sit in this as long as you need to. Usually, like 2 minutes is plenty enough time. And then we can settle into it on the other side. So you'll find your way back to down dog. Take a moment to shake out that right leg or pedal out your legs. And then lifting that left leg up and bringing it forward. Do the same thing. Left knee to left wrist, ankle towards the right hip crease. Wiggle that back foot back, settle in, use whatever props you have nearby you to help support you in this posture, and then lower yourself all the way down. Come back to the breath. Let that be your guide here. Each inhale and exhale helps you let go. We store a lot of stress and tension in the hip area. So your breath is key here, because if we fight against the pose and we focus too much on the discomfort, we just tense up the body and we push all of that tension back down into the body rather than letting it out. Again, staying here as long as you need to, pausing the video so that you can sit a little longer if you want to. When you're ready to come up out of it, we're doing it a little differently on this side. Hands are going to come back under the shoulders. We'll let our weight sink over into our left hip. So if you have any props underneath that left hip, remove them. Swing that right leg around. Bring the feet out in front of you. Separate your feet to the edges of your mat. Take the hands back behind you as you lean back into the hands. Let's just windshield wiper those knees side to side. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring our legs out in front of us. So what I want you to do is bring your left shin so that it is parallel to the front edge of your mat. We're not taking it as close, the foot as close into the body as we can. We're taking it away so that the shin is parallel to the top edge of your mat. And then you can take your right foot and bring it on top of your left knee. Now, if this is like so intense that this right leg is staying super high lifted, a block might be really a nice adjustment for us here. We can place it right underneath that knee. And so this is called fire log pose. You're kind of like really trying to stack the shins, the calves directly on top of each other. So there's like a little triangle shape between your legs. Okay. Now, if you don't need the block, then maybe that knee just drops right on top of the foot and we can sit up nice and tall here. So wherever you're at, notice it, be a witness to it. If that was really intense, if this is really intense, stay here. If you feel like you have more space, then maybe you're letting your upper body hinge forward more. Maybe you're walking your hands further out. So you're kind of letting this be an exploration of what your body needs, how it feels, and where it feels intense in the different areas of your hips, your legs, your lower back. Breathe into those spaces. Okay? And you can take the time that you need here to sort of explore these shapes and explore by finding maybe a little movement, staying with the breath. When you're ready to come out of it, you'll come up, we'll uncross the legs. We'll windshield wiper the knees again, just a couple times to kind of neutralize. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So this time that right leg is going to come in, sole of the foot resting down, or side of the foot resting down, calf or shin parallel to the front of your mat, left foot on top of the knee, and maybe the block becomes an adjustment right underneath us. We use that for support, and we just focus on sitting up tall. Maybe you have the ability to come all the way down or even walk your hands further out. Breathe here. Staying in this as long as you might need to as well. When you're ready to come out of it, we'll do the same thing. Windshield wipering those legs. And then let's bring the feet back to shoulder or hip width distance apart, hands shoulder width distance apart. Lean back, roll the shoulders back, and open up the chest. You might stay here or you might lift, reverse tabletop. Opening up the chest and belly towards the ceiling, roll the shoulders back, gaze up, take a few deep breaths here. In through the nose, open the mouth, stick out the tongue and exhale. Let it be audible. Do that a few times. And then we're going to drop those hips back between the hands, straighten out your legs, remove the flesh from your sit bones, sit up nice and tall, sweep your arms up, big inhale, exhale, hinging from the hips as we fold. Releasing your grip on your feet as you come all the way back to lying on your back, taking a nice big full body stretch the same way that we began this practice. Hugging your knees back into your chest once more, rocking side to side again, massaging that back in. Letting both knees drop to the right this time, taking that same twist we did, letting your left arm fall all the way open to the side here, shoulders relaxing back onto the ground. Use that right hand to rest over the outside edge of your left thigh to help pull those knees down towards the earth. When you're ready to take it to the other side, those knees will come up and over. Left hand rests on the outside of the right thigh, and the right arm falls open as we twist, gazing beyond that right shoulder. Let's take another breath here, bringing those knees back up. Place the feet flat, let your arms come to rest alongside your body. Lift yourself up for that bridge pose one last time, maybe interlacing those fingers underneath your lower back, shimmying a little more to the outer edges of your arms or your shoulders. When you're ready to lower the hips down, do so slowly with control. Hug those knees back into your chest to give yourself that final squeeze. Or maybe you'd like to reach in between the legs for happy baby pose, sending the sole of the feet up, opening the legs out, maybe rocking side to side, massaging the back, breathing here. And then from here, we'll let our legs come out straight, arms come to rest alongside the body as we let ourselves come into Shavasana. You also could take those blocks and slide them underneath your knees. Having the knees slightly bent will give yourself a little bit more support for that lower back. Even pillows will work for that as well. Softly closing the eyes, letting the back of the hands rest on the ground here, letting the whole body relax into this space. Letting go of everything that we just did, letting your body melt into your mat. This is your time for integration, for the body to kind of integrate everything that we just did, all of the movements. When you feel ready to, starting to reawaken back into the space by wiggling the fingers and toes or taking a full body stretch and maybe rolling yourself over to one side, cradling your head in the nook of your arm, resting here for a few moments. When you feel ready to, you'll rise to find your final seat. Take your hands into prayer at your heart center, or even taking thumbs to the third eye space, sealing this practice. Namaste.